Hello guys, my name is Neil Raval and I am participating in Power Trip's One Crazy giveaway. So the first question here asked by them is, can making, watching and most importantly sharing the right YouTube content really make a difference on how the motoring scene would evolve in our country? Well, I would like to say yes, the answer is definitely yes, it does. And does in many ways. There are so many different aspects that it affects the motoring scene in India. Well, there are good ways, there are bad ways, there are crazy ways, there are stupid ways. First, I would like to say that it's a source of an education to the people of motorcycling by the YouTube. So there are also problem with the YouTube content is that sometimes there are one-sided reviews for just one company. Even there are when there's new vehicles are coming, what are the problems of the current vehicles, pro and cons, even the drivability, the build quality, the pricing, the make it does it worth the money. Then of course the new arrivals, overall geometry of the vehicle. The people are eager to know everything, each and everything about the latest products, futuristic products and the current products in the market. So what happens whenever anyone has to buy any automobile, bike, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, any etc., they just go through YouTube. Nowadays it's a current trend now, so they just go through YouTube, they check their what I say is their interest, scope of interest, that they check for the top speed modifications. And what happens is the people lack the sincerity in there. The YouTube content is influence them in a very bad way. Particularly YouTube is not subjected to any simple one country. Yeah, it affects globally, but let's say talk about in India, people go through the YouTube and they check out the videos. And what happens is not everybody which present their content on YouTube is always under safety. There are so many crazy like burnouts, drifting of two wheels. There are so many videos. Yeah, they do put warning, but people in India, they just skip the warning. Yeah, the habitual. So that's why it's very dangerous for the young generation. I've also seen lots of crashes of the KTM's recently. The young generation just buy it, they're pocket rockets, and they are track focus machine, but people use it in a very reckless way. So yeah, there are also impacts of in the good ways that people do wear safeties. The safety gears are there. There are lots of YouTube contents which tells them that what kind of proper accessories a rider should have, like they should at least wear while driving helmets, gloves, shoes. There are also accessories to them. So in that way it does help riders how to ride proper way. There are also some videos about learning how to ride bike properly, which kind of bike you are having. Is it a commuter, is it a street sports, is it a naked sport, is it a cruiser. So every bike, it's a super sports. You don't know, people don't know, they just know they want speed. So that is one kind of serious concern about YouTube content. It influences people, depend on the crowd and their sensibility. It goes in bad way, good way, crazy way. There are lots of ways there. So it's what happens if people do stupid things after watching the wheelies. They do wheelies, but they just don't do in proper gears, and that's the main concern. Lots of young people die by doing that, they get injured. So it is a kind of a self-education process. It's a learning. The YouTube content is there are lots of DIY in every way. Thankful to the YouTube that lots of people are more aware to the safety of their own. I have also seen lots of people going on with the pillion is also having a helmet, and that's very, it's pretty rare to see, but yes, people are concerned about it. uh, People are driving cars in proper lane, giving proper indicators. Um so it's like a flip of a coin. There's always both sides. You can't just stick with the one good side or a bad side, because whenever the market is ruled by these kind of things. Whenever the new bike comes, people shows lots of, not just one YouTube publicity is there. There are lots of other things are to the showcase is there. So what happens, some people do the only brochure things, just take out the bike, look around video, uh, some normal ride, the exhaust note, and that's the video is end of the line. So lots of videos are there, so they are just showing the brochure case. Lots of people are trying to rev it, showcase and the different aspects. So yeah, this way the YouTube influences the market of Indian scenario. Motorcycling is there because lots of bike is there, from starting from 100 cc to 1600 1800 cc's bikes are there in India. People are able to buy it, but very few of them knows how to ride it. So that's my conclusion to the first question. That's the evolution in our country is going there. It's kind of a revolution. People are getting aware by it. Yeah, depending on their psychology. So which kind of content they see on YouTube, it affects that way. It's a good, bad, like I said. So in concluding, my first question is that it does in all ways, and it is one process of education and learning. So people should not do the stupidity. They should be more focused on safety of themselves, and yeah, they should wear safety gears. Okay, so let's go to the second and very interesting question they asked about. It is, how do you think has power drift contributed to this scene? If you think it hasn't, let us know. How can we perform now? Okay, that's it, folks. So the power drift has asked us that how much they have contributed to the motorcycling scenario in India. Well, first I would like to say the power. From 5 to 6 years I've been watching them. I am also a huge fan of PTR channel. They were first introduced by Power to Ride channel, and you can see that they had done lots of review in the PTR channels. Even you can see the level of their showcase when even you see the Ninja 300 and Honda CBR 250R, which was launched, and they were talking about is it a CBR or a VFR. So people don't even know what is a VFR. I challenge you, people who own CBR 250R, 90% of them don't even know what is a VFR. So this kind of thing they do, it's very deep down, and it's very precise and perfectly manner. They always say do wear riding gears. So yes, power drift has contributed perfectly to the Indian scenario. And why would I say perfectly? Because just not because I'm a power drift fan. I see almost different 20 to 25 channels on YouTube, not just one to video consistently. And I must say power drift is the number one. And also I would like to first congratulate them on the best auto content creator award India. Well, congratulations guys, you guys do deserve it, and you are the most deservable contender in India, because there are lots of other contents, they just showcase little bit glimpse of it. I've even seen some reviews where they just calls out some sports bike, just goes to do some wheelies, and it's okay, it's all done. The power drift has been like a catalyst to the Indian market, and it does influences riders to the real, what is a real rider, means their travel stories, the blockbusters, game of performance, the launch alerts, first impressions, pit stops. The pit stops were not there. Pit stop just introduced some times ago, and it is just crazy. Now they're also telling us that how can you maintain your bike, even the you can save the date. Okay, the first ride, exhaust notes, you and they just don't stop there yet. See the actually I myself have made a list of it because I don't even remember all of them. You see the TVS One Make Championship, Gixxer Cup, the Suzuki Gixxer, I guess SFRRC edition there was, and then they also tell us about racing academies. Then yeah, the Delhi Auto Expo, Moto Guzzi opening in Mumbai, the what I say. There are lots of things are there. Don't people don't even know what is Moto Guzzi. Lots of yeah, you Google it, you know it. But how many of people there are to know about it? So they enlighten us about the Italian markets. These are just the glimpse of the power drift people what they do. ECMA presentation just recently. It was the most fantastic presentation I've ever seen on YouTube. I mean, when Sagar sir said everything about every little detail about it, even you see Interceptor Honda, he said it will be having a chunky 1000 CBR so engine. So it's like we people get to know that what kind of bike it's representing. They are representing even in the Delhi Auto Expo when the Sagar sir was there, and he said that he's eager to ride the GSX S1000F himself. So it was not just him, even we, the viewers, were hoping to get him to see on that bike so that we can ride that bike virtually. Well, yeah, the wherever you see a powder video, any kind of review you see, they make you guys make such presentation that the viewer himself gets attached to it, and you just let them ride the bike virtually. Well, uh, I've been seeing your every videos. You are going through every thorough points of views, pros, cons, build quality, performance, exhaust notes, the reliability of thing, value for money products, all comparisons to the bikes, every little bit of the history with them, the company's history, the bike where it stands. I have lots of example in myself in my mind. Just say about when they launched the Gixxer. The Gixxer, he said about the GSXR legacy. Then when he said the SF, then I mean Saga sir, he said about every legacy of Indian sports fairing 150cc segment bike. Even when he just introduces there is a cooling system, why it is a fat bike and does not get liquid cooled. He even tells us the technical aspects that there's it's kind of oil cooling system is there, inner system is there, which is phenomenal. People, you guys clear the doubts like in the fumes. Well, I'm myself has a personal experience. I would like to share here that around one, and it was like 1.30 yeah am, 1.30 am around it was, and I just texted Sagar sir on Facebook that I have this bike, I have Gixxer, and it's getting cornering issue, my foot peg is touching. So then immediately he answered me on that time. Maybe he was online, I was not able to send him request due to some reasons. Over stake was there, overridden there. So he just answered me that yeah, go for the Gixxer Cup accessories, and I contacted, and yes, they have available and you can raise the bar. So these guys are not kind of attitude they have that yes, we are in this position, so I cannot this give you. They are very humble, and they are the kind of, I have no words for them. There are no words to describe them. They are just phenomenal. Even what they are doing with the four-wheel market. First they were only just concentrated on motorcycles, but now they are also reviewing the four wheels. Power drift has become one kind of greatest auto content creators in India. Yes, they are Yes, yes, many people are saying that they have not yet reached the sports, super sports, and sports cars version for 4-wheeler, but they have started. It will take time, but they will reach there. And for those who are saying that, I just want to tell you that they are giving us launch alerts of every sports car. You just need to go through the power drift. Well, yeah, that's the reason. So everything is there, even their details in the four wheels too is phenomenal. Very, very, very great they are. And the you can see the TVS 310 in the review. You see when they talk about the geometry of the bike, everything is there. They tell us that they have shortened the wheelbase, they have pivoted the swing arm, the chassis setup is there. You can preload the suspension, uh, engine is slide backward. This kind of thing people don't understand in one way. The wheelbase only technical people do, but yeah, we get around. People are just clear about what kind of bike they are having. Yes, every pegs where the bike buzz around, every aspects. What is the mid range? What kind of throttle position, throttle response they are having, fueling. What happens is people are not concerned about this much. There's many things they don't even know the terms of it. That what is the problem in the bike. When he points out the minus points and then he says he's nitpicking, and it's very funny. He laughs, we laugh, everyone. So we just get into the bike, and this is way whether I win or not this bike, but this is one kind of soul talk, and it is my vote of thanks to Power because they have influenced in a very very precise and right direction to the Indian market, because their all reviews are 100% focused truly based on Indian market, which is very rare to see. I guess no other uh, auto content is there on YouTube that you can find it very very precise, because whenever they review it, their review is perfect. Even if you want to check out, you can go to the motor showrooms and check out where the buzzes is there, what is the reason. Don't try to fall off the bike, don't do the stunts, because he is expert, you are not. So they do warn us. And the comparison there, every aspects, even you see GSX R1000 are there. He says there are 9 axis IMU sensor, there are this kind of traction control, state level, so many things are there. I mean, I cannot even point out on this my one page everything. They tell us about everything on bike is having, from their instrument cluster to the type of suspensions to the type of riding, everything which kind of bike is having their law. If they said that, when let's make an example, he said the FZ25 was launched. Yeah, it does buzz around 6500 rpm, but just let's take a glimpse. Day-to-day commute ride, when you are in traffic, you don't go even above 5000 rpm. So for that kind of thing, it's a perfect bike. That's what he said, it's a mid-range bike. So people don't even know what kind of bike is there. They enlighten us that what kind of bike company is giving us, on what term you should focus on, where on the buying of bike. If you are looking for aggressive riding position, if you're okay with it, then go for this. Their comparisons are way perfect. Lots of people's doubts gets clear in there, that if you're going for looks, if you're going for performance, on paper performance, on road performance, the punchier ride, what kind of if you are having this bike and if you are having this kind of problem, what kind of thing you do to overcome it. So they tell us in so many different ways. Just have to visualize it. I mean, I'm sorry, it's we have to visualize it and understand what he's saying. Not everybody will get it, their points, but they are true. If you don't know the technical language, go and search it or ask anyone. So yeah, it is a soul talk. So I will let my soul talk to Power Drift, because myself is an auto enthusiast and I see everything, because they inspire in Even their blockbusters has their story, and their travel stories are so great. uh, you get the goosebumps even when you see a thorough. When you go through the video, you just don't see it for once. I always download the video and watch it over and over again. And you guys are perfectly very well done. From PTR to PD, we can see your level in the way you have evolved, and the revolution is going on, and you guys will be on top. You are on top. You will be, because you're doing so much great. Every little aspects you guys do perfect job. Yes, there was a thing that you guys asked what kind of suggestions we should give you. So okay, well, we're not worthy enough to tell you what you guys should do, but yeah, in my suggestions I would like to tell you that do a little bit more comprehensive and competitive review of four wheels, where on two wheels it's great because you guys are doing even track focused bikes are going on track, like ZX 10RR is going on track review. It's a track bike, it should be on track. Yeah, even the Rajni said, he said that with the tire flop, if you change the tire he could cut the 2-3 seconds. So these kind of things, it's for the regular commute it's okay. For the track they have different aspects. So that's why what I'm saying, that just for the four wheel reviews, just go for a little bit comprehensive and little bit in details as Sagar sir goes while doing the two wheels review. And my one suggestion is there, please publish your magazine of power drift, like BBC Top Gear and every other franchises have. We would love to read your reviews and other things, because you guys are showing us everything which is coming to in India, like every electric vehicles. Yeah, I know I am taking a little bit longer, but I just want to say that you guys even showed first time on a big bike what things you should taken about, what kind of position you should have. You enlighten us about racing academies, which is just great. And as a revolution to the market, Indian thing is people in India are get very influenced by the content on YouTube. They grasp it very fast in comparing to any other ways. So that's why for the content must be right and very safe and authentic, and that's what Bardif delivers. That's what I think. And so that was my suggestion, just two suggestions for you. And to conclude my this long chat, I would like to thank my heartily thanks to you for once again congratulate you for the Best Auto Content Creator Award. And I hopefully finger crossed for the Apache. Okay, thank you Power Drift, thank you so much for enlightening us and educate about the technical aspects, theoretical aspects and safety aspects that we should do. And there is last one suggestion, that please do one review on safety of the Indian motorcycles, so that people at least would know a little bit more about safety. And yeah, just last one suggestion, that please for the lower segments bikes like 150cc, 160, 200cc, do a try to do a long-term review, so that after, like Gixxer is now 3 years old, so you can make one comprehensive and long-term review of this kind of bikes. People would get to know what kind of quality they are having. So that's it folks. Thank you Power Drift, thank you so much. Ciao.